I can't promise that no books were harmed in the making of this video. Oh my god, what did this book do to me? Oh. What's up guys, it's Steph here from Coffee Over Apples, here to talk about my newest 5-star read, and that is Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. Oh my gosh, okay, so I'm just gonna cut everything and go straight to the action. Alright you guys, welcome back to my handy dandy sketchbook. I'm ready to begin sketching our bookmark design. Woohoo! So the first thing I want to say about Game of Thrones is trigger warning for everything. George R.R. Martin did not hold back, especially in this volume. If you've watched the show already, then some things that I'm going to say are not going to be a surprise. If you haven't watched the show yet or you plan on reading this book, this might be a spoiler for some people, so you might want to just pause over my recording because I am going to talk about a lot of things that happen in the book. First of all, if you're sensitive to anything, whether that be war or horror or insensitivity to women or rape, anything, this book is full of all of those things, and particularly that's part of the reason why I liked it, not because of the fact that those things were talked about, but just it was so brutal, and I really feel like George R.R. Martin really stuck to what it must have been like to live during medieval times. Even though I know I read somewhere that he said that that was his goal, and I have to say I think that he did it really well. I've heard some people say that his writing is very dry, but I kind of like the fact that he showed us the characters' actions and didn't really tell us. Like in a lot of other books where they say that this character is sweet and this character is nice and this character is evil. No, he showed us by the character's actions. What I want to really talk about is the only thing that really bothers me about this series is that the characters act much older than they really are. For example, I believe Jon Snow was supposed to be 16 in this book when he's leading the charge on the wall against the wildlings, but he acts like he's 27. And then Daenerys also, she is supposed to be 16 or 17, but she acts like she's maybe in her 20s. And then Arya especially, I think Arya was 10 or 11 years old, and she has the thoughts and actions of someone maybe in their 18, 19, something like that. So just the fact that a lot of these characters were so developed at such a young age, I know that it could be argued that people going through extraneous circumstances grow a lot faster, but from the beginning they were like this. The only person that I actually believe acted their age was Sansa, because she really acted like the damsel in distress and had similar thoughts that you would kind of hear expressed by a 13-year-old girl. Okay, my favorite characters in this whole book, the chapters I could not wait to read, were Daenerys and Arya. They were just so much fun, but my favorite characters, not chapters, my favorite chapters were Daenerys and Arya, but my favorite characters were Tyrion and Jaime. The character development between those two and the brotherhood, I am living for it. Okay, so moving on to the two parts of the book that really broke my heart. If you know the Red Wedding, oh my god, even though I watched the show and I knew it was coming, when it came, I still was not ready for it. I cried, I threw a fit, I was so angry. And then Really fun fact, by the way, I had taken a personality test on this website called 16 Personalities and found out that I was an INTJ. And then it also gives you these like list of characters from shows and famous people that have similar personalities to you. And it said that I'm a Lord Tywin and a Littlefinger. And I was like, all right, I'm digging it. When Arya killed the Tickler, I was like, my girl, yes, she's becoming the savage that I know she can be. And I know that she's preparing for Braavos. So I am going to be so excited when we finally get to see her experience, her transformation in Braavos later on, hopefully in the next book. When Daenerys, so something that I really enjoyed in seeing a moment that I really enjoyed seeing character growth was when Daenerys had to put a tax on the poor after she took over Astapor because she realized that she needed income in order to feed her people and kind of make sure that she has what she needs in order to rule. And so it's kind of like showing that she took the step backwards rather than forwards, and she was always fighting to make sure that she was never going to end up being like the original rulers of Meereen and Astapor, who were kind of putting down the weak in order to fund their evil deeds. And she was kind of trying to be, not a Robin Hood in a sense, but kind of like taking from the rich to feed the poor. But then she found out that, you know, that some of the practices that they had in place were necessary evils. Also, you guys, when the title drop happened in this book, it was serious. I believe in the show, the title drop was when, was it Cersei who said it to someone, I think? But in this book, it was Baelish who said it to Sansa after the rescue, talking to her about being a little bird and about how she has to learn to play the Game of Thrones. And I was like, yes! But something specifically that I loved about this book, and that this just might mean that I enjoy these types of books more, is that when the stakes are so high that anyone can die at any time. Nobody is safe in this series. Like, if you have a favorite character, prepare for your heart to be broken. I know that the newest book is not out yet. The next book is titled Winds of Winter. And I believe that there's supposed to be 2 more books, actually. The last one has already been announced, titled A Dream of Spring. And I cannot wait for these books to come out. Like, I'm so nervous that I'm going to get to the last book that's published, and we don't know when we're going to get another one, because the last published book in the series, I believe, came out in 2011. We are in 2020. It's been 9 years. Does that mean I have to wait 20 years to find out what the actual ending of Game of Thrones is? Because I can't take it. My heart can't take it. So part of me wants to slow down and enjoy this series and kind of make it stretch. However, I'm so nervous that, like, I'm so nervous. I'm also nervous because I know that when the new book comes out that I'm going to want to read it right away, and it's going to kind of push me to speed through the books that are left. So I'm like, do I finish them now and be prepared for whenever it's supposed to come out, which should hopefully be in the next year or so? Or do I make it stretch because God knows when that's going to happen? Alright, you guys, I hope that you enjoyed my drawing video of my drawing review of A Storm of Swords by George R.R. Martin. I feel like this drawing better reflects a lot of different scenes from the book at once. I really did not enjoy the cover of this book so much. I feel like it didn't represent it well, so I'm hoping that I did, with my little symbols and dragons and representation of all the wars that went on. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. let me know if this book made you feel the same way that I did, because so far this book has taken 2020 over by storm. And let me know if you're enjoying these drawing videos. But I'll see you next time. Bye.
It could change the world.